Muted. Okay. Okay. Can everyone see?
Do you want me to
thumbs up?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I am so excited for today's call. We have Brittney Hunting. We just got back from a trip. She is like rocking her business. Hold on just a second. Okay, had to switch kids. Okay, she is going to talk to us about the compound effect of inviting. I know she has some really good stuff planned. I'm super excited to hear from her. But first, a few announcements. We have retreat coming up April 22nd and 23rd. It is a $75 non-refundable deposit. We need that ASAP before the end of the month so that we can get all of our stuff together. We have a lot of fun things planned. We planned it all out on the cruise, and we're really excited to spend time with you guys, get to know you guys, and help you build your business. So you don't want to miss this if you can make it work. If you need more information, comment in the crew page, and we'll give you more information, or join the event, and we can talk about it in there. We also have Super Saturday coming up on April 2nd. It's a Saturday, obviously. It should be on a Saturday near you. Sometimes they're on Friday nights, sometimes they're on Sundays. If you need to learn how to go, if you're wanting to find out where the closest one is, go to your online office, click on News and Trainings, click on Events, and then click on Super Saturday, and there'll be a map. And you can enter your zip code and find out where the nearest one is. I know there's one in Idaho Falls. There's usually one in Pocatello. There's usually one pretty close by. I think I'm going to be attending the one in Idaho Falls this time because I'll be driving out that direction. So if you can go, I would really encourage it. They talk about new announcements. They have trainings. You get to network with other coaches. It's a really good experience. Okay, and Leap into Leadership is starting on Monday. This is like a diamond dash. I created a video about it in the crew page. If you are wanting to build your business, you're wanting to build a stable business, you're going to want to try and get into this group. It isn't hard to get into the group. Hit Success Club 5 in the month of March and be a business starter, which pretty much if you hit Success Club 5, you're a business starter. So if you want to get a little more trainings and you're wanting to build your business, Leap into Leadership is something you're going to want to join in and do. Okay, Success Club banner. I didn't make it because we were traveling, but I wanted to give a shout out because our banner is growing. We have more people than, it's growing. It's crazy. We have Jamie Urban, brand new freaking coach. I know she's on this call. She is at Success Club 6, which is amazing. You've got Heather, she was on the cruise. She signed a coach right before we left. She's at 4. Brittney Peck, she's at 4, but I know she is way above that now. We got Michaela Evans, a new coach. She's at 2. Diana, she's at 2, and she's a brand new coach. With Nicole, Denise, Amber, and Erin. Everyone's up on the board, rocking it, working their business. I know these numbers will be different on Thursday because we have a lot of coaches just rocking their business. So congratulations to you. And then last but not least, we have our top coach of last week is Brittney Peck. She has rocked her business as she eats her cereal or oatmeal. She's been rocking her business. She has been hitting Success Clubs, signing coaches. She is so close to diamond, you guys. We need to cheer her on. She is this close to diamond. So congratulations to her. I'm so proud of her. She's rocking her business. Okay, so I am done with announcements. I'm going to turn the time over to Brittney. Let me stop sharing. I'll turn it over to you, and you can go.
Okay, I'm not muted, am I? Can you hear me? Okay. So this month, I hope you guys have noticed that we have been talking about the compound effect. There's the book, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. I hope you took ownership of the business and ordered the book and actually started to read it. Because if you do, it's going to be a game changer, not only for your business, but for your life. Before I get started talking about the compound effect, I'm talking about the compound effect in relationship to inviting. So first I want to talk about the fear of inviting. I think we all, myself included, we hold ourselves back in the business because we're afraid to simply invite. And it's not easy to trick the brain. It literally has a mind of its own, and it's wired to withdraw when fear sets in. So I want to share with you 6 hacks to short circuit your brain so that you can retrain it and overcome that fear. Now, all of this comes from Darren Hardy's Entrepreneur Roller Coaster. Darren Hardy is amazing, one of my favorites. So I would encourage you to get that book if you're looking for personal development books on business. It's amazing. So step 1 is to get real. You've got to put this situation into perspective. It's not a lion on the other side of the computer. It's a person. And if you're having a genuine conversation and building that relationship, that invite's going to flow. So don't psych yourself out about it. Put it into perspective and just do it. Number 2 is it's the fear of fear that you fear. Did you catch that? It's not the thing that you're afraid of, but the anticipation of it. And I want to read you this from the book. It says, in the 1960s, a researcher named Seymour Epstein, sorry, I'm terrible with names, got curious about skydivers. He fitted novice parachutists with a heart rate monitor that measured their pulses on the plane as the plane climbed towards the release point. He found that, as you might expect, while still safe inside the plane, a jumper's heart rate got faster and faster as the plane ascended. The higher the plane went, the higher the anxiety. What he didn't expect to find, however, was that once they threw themselves out the door of the plane and started hurtling toward the earth with only a few thin cords and a glorified bedsheet to keep them from impending doom, their heart rates declined dramatically, and they admitted to quite enjoying themselves. The most stressful part of the entire experience was the illusion of how frightening the event would be, or in other words, the anticipation of fear. Once the reality of the event took over, the fear vanished. So remember, fear itself hurts more than the invite. And honestly, it's kind of a relief when you send out that invite and somebody says no. I mean, not that we want no's, but now they're off your mind. You don't have to stress about what they might say, and you can move on to the next person. So don't drag out the situation. Don't drag out the invite. Just do it. The next thing he talks about, the third step, is he says 20 seconds of courage. I'm changing it to 2 because it only takes 2 seconds to hit that send button. You don't have to be brave all day long. It only takes 2 seconds to hit that button. And if you need to take the pressure off and answer the question, like if they're asking you questions or you're scared to send that invite, one thing that I like to do is I like to type it out to my success partner, like I'm giving them advice on how to word it. Trust me, I do this all the time. And not necessarily because I need the advice, but because, back to number 1, it helps me see it in that true perspective. I'm not emotionally attached to it. I have that better perspective. It takes the pressure off, and then I can just copy and paste it to the real person. 2 seconds, hit the send button. That's all you need. 2 seconds of courage. Darren Hardy says, the activities that you're most afraid of are the activities that are going to cause a breakthrough in your success. So just step into them. Just send the invite. Number 4, focus on tasks, not outcomes. The worst thing you can do is become emotionally attached to the result. I know a lot of times, we build up all this anticipation, and when somebody comes back and says no, it completely crushes us. But we have to remember to move on. Your brain is a drama queen. It can turn a flea into a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And let me give you an example of that. He shares this story. It says, a friend of mine recently visited the mall with his wife and 14-year-old daughter, Ashley. After some individual shopping, he met with his wife at their agreed-upon meeting spot. when he asked his wife where Ashley was, she said she thought that the daughter was with him. And she had been, when he asked his wife where Ashley was, she said she thought their daughter was with him, as she had been when they originally parted ways. She was with me just a few minutes ago, he said, but she said she was going ahead to meet you. She should be with you. I haven't seen her, his wife responded. They both looked at each other worried. After a long 2 minutes of waiting and scanning every person who walked by, panic set in. The father took off running, retracing every step they had taken in the last hour. The mother asked shoppers if they had seen the girl of the daughter's description. As they both looked frantically for their daughter, visions of abduction and child predators flooded their minds. Within 10 minutes, they had 3 store security guards and a team of 4 mall cops huddled to begin a full-scale Ashley hunt. Mom was crying, Dad was yelling. Moments later, Ashley bounded up cheerfully to the group with a brace-filled smile, asking, "Hey, what's going on?" Her mom burst out a yelp, ran up to her, and nearly squeezed the life out of her. Her father, shaky on the brink of tears himself, joined the family hug. "Where were you?" he asked. "I was trying on a pair of pants in the store right there," Ashley said, pointing to a shop 50 feet away. In a span of 12 minutes, the minds of the mother and father magnified the reality of their daughter being just a few minutes tardy into projections of her being abducted, molested, and murdered. That's the twisted mind effect, and it happens all the time and to the best of us. So keep your invites in perspective. Don't turn them into that big T-Rex. Don't let your mind twist itself into that frantic mess. No, it's not as serious as an abduction, but how often do we magnify that negative false outcome? Besides, when you invite in fear and hesitations, your friends are going to see that and they're going to feel it and they're going to kind of withdraw and hold themselves back. But if you're happy and you're confident and you have that relationship going, they're going to feel it and want to be a part of it. So don't focus on the outcome. Number 5 is make failure a habit. So here's the compound effect in action. Do the thing you fear over and over again until you train your brain that it's no longer something to be feared. Not only are you going to lose all power over you, but that fear can be the very thing that separates your success from everyone else's mediocrity. So run towards those vulnerable posts. Run towards those invites. As soon as you stop posting, as soon as you stop inviting, you have to start all over again. You've lost the momentum, and it's no fun getting back into the groove. And it's okay to make mistakes as long as you're learning from them. You have to find out what works for you and for your personality. So don't be afraid to go out there and make mistakes. Failing Forward is an awesome book on learning how to embrace failure. Number 6, the last one, is make fear and failure fun. So set goals for yourself. Make it a competition. One thing I did was with my family is I told my kids, you make sure that I talk to 5 people every day this month. And if I do that, then we'll have an ice cream party at the end of the month. So every day after school, it was, Mom, did you talk to 5 people? And that was a big deal for me at the time because I was scared of inviting. But it helped me build those relationships with people. So break your own personal records. Don't focus on the failures. Don't focus on the no's. Find it a way to turn it into a learning lesson. That's what Michaela and I did all last year. But just because something doesn't work the first time around doesn't mean it's not right. Give yourself time to fully evaluate it. I think it was Anita Myron at the top 10 panel on the cruise. She said it took her 6 months to gain momentum on some of her systems. So she gave it 6 months to see if it would work. She didn't quit right away. One system is all you need, but you have to put forth the effort. think about the powers of 3. I make all my coaches print this off day 1. If you've done the coach basics, you should have it. And you should be printing off a new one every single week so you can keep track of who you're talking to. Inviting is so much simpler than we make it out to be. I know that I've overcomplicated it, but the powers of 3 honestly helps me keep it simple. It helps me focus on the task at hand instead of the outcome. You add 3 people a day to your friends list. Then you connect with them. Then you invite them, and then you follow up with them. So your people should be moving down through that list. Even if you get a no, follow up with them. Give them a second chance. Continue that friendship. We're not about cold turkey no's. We know, for example, I had a girl that was going to sign up as a challenger/coach a year ago, and out of the blue, she messaged me last night ready to go. So you never know when somebody's going to come back around. You have to continue that relationship and give them those second chances. But here's the deal. If you're not adding new people to your network, you will run out of people. If you add people and then don't connect with them and send them a hey girl and connect with them, what's the point of adding them? You need to be building relationships with every person you add on Facebook. Sometimes it flows, sometimes it doesn't. So just go with it. The powers of 3 keeps things simple and it makes you productive. When I'm on my game and meeting new people and really connecting, it's a blast. It doesn't feel hard and scary. But if you're holding yourself back with fear of the outcome or fear of the response, you're not being productive. And productivity isn't magic, it's discipline. So set a timer, give yourself 30 minutes, do the powers of worksheet daily for 6 months and see where you end up. Consistency over time delivers results. And I'm not saying consistently 1 day a week or 1 week out of the month, but daily. You have to make it a habit. I'm going to end with this quote. I've said it already in this call, but I think it's really important. It says, do the thing you fear over and over again until you train your brain that it's no longer something to be feared. Not only will the fear lose all power over you, but that fear can become the very thing that separates your success from everyone else's mediocrity. You guys, inviting is what's going to move your business forward. You can do all the personal development you want. You can do all the workouts and drink all the Shakeology you want. But if you're not inviting people to the business and to your challenge groups, you will not hit Success Club. You will not rank advance. You will not see growth in your business because nobody knows what you're doing. So that is all I have. Does anybody have any questions I can answer? Any comments? I'd love to hear anything. You can unmute yourself. Are we good?
Does anyone have anything to say? Or you're just so blown away by the awesomeness of this call that you're just like,
yeah, sure.
Right? No? Okay. Well, I have like 3 pages of notes because that was amazing. And I think the biggest thing is it tends to be a common theme in our team that everyone's scared of the invitation process, right? Vulnerability isn't easy. It's something we all struggle with. But if you can put what Brittney said into perspective and focus on the task at hand instead of the fear of what might happen, I am the girl that if I can't get a hold of Struan, I figure he's probably dead in the ditch somewhere. That is me. So that is how I am with inviting. Like, I'm sure all of you, I don't know. I'm still scared of the dark, and I'm 26. Like, I go down in the basement to get something, and it scares me, and I run back up the stairs because who knows what could be down there. So if you can take the fear out of it, it's going to be a lot easier, like she said. So if you are struggling with invitation process, take what she said to heart, apply it into your life, see how it changes your business. If you're still struggling, comment in the team page. We can help you come up with a game plan so that it isn't scary. It shouldn't be scary, especially if you are showing up daily on your Facebook posts. Brittney Peck is going to talk about that next week. But if you're showing up daily on your social media, it shouldn't be hard to reach out to people because they already kind of have a sneak peek into what you're doing. And now you're just expanding on that in a private conversation. So thank you for jumping on. If anyone has any questions, feel free to message us, post them in the team page, and we'll see you again next week.